Alright, this video is gonna be a quick one. It's just well, just to start off, as a quick review, I managed to find video of Kazuto Ioka versus Juan Carlos Reveco, the rematch, as well as Katsunari Takayama versus Jose Argumedo. Jose Argumedo managed to come in as an unranked opponent versus Takayama, and pretty much give him the business, man. It was a close fight all the way through. Marred by a couple of headbutts that occurred and bloodied up Takayama, which possibly took him out of his game and brought Argumedo into his game enough that Argumedo was pretty much giving him hell until the point where it was stopped. I believe it was the ninth round where they stopped it. If I remember right, it was either the eighth or the ninth round where they stopped it, and Argumedo wound up winning a split technical decision rather, and he's the new IBF strawweight champion of the world, man. I'm sure this fight's going to wind up having a rematch, considering the fact that Argumedo was really an optional defense. Even though Argumedo was a solid fight, in spite of not having like the most glossy record, he has a few losses, but his losses were to pretty high level opponents, top tier opponents, and of course Takayama has fought several excellent opponents, including, of course, the former unified champion Francisco Rodriguez Jr., who he engaged in a hell of a fight of the year. Pretty much last year, I believe, is when it was. And to me, that was the fight of the year for last year. It was just action from the opening bell to the final one, and this one was pretty much almost like a replay of that. Although Argumedo isn't quite at the skill level that Rodriguez is, in my opinion. In spite of the fact that he kind of replicated what Rodriguez was able to do, albeit with the help of a couple of headbutts. Kazuto Ioka versus Juan Carlos Reveco I already kind of reviewed, but I'm going to put the links for that fight as well as the Argumedo Takayama fight in the description. And before I roll out, I'll give my thoughts on the heavyweight fights that's going to be coming up a little bit later today. Deontay Wilder versus Arthur Szpilka. I believe that Wilder is just flawed enough that Szpilka's sheer determination in his heart is gonna pull him through in the early rounds and make it a tough fight for Wilder. Wilder is a guy that I think he gets a lot of credit for certain things that he does, and he does what he does well, but at the heart of it all, there's still a lot of flaws in his game. There's still a lot of development that needs to be done for him. He's developed a hell of a lot since he turned pro. Pretty much since he first started boxing, and he was just knocking guys out in the amateurs just because he had ridiculous power. But he's definitely improved, but he still has more improving to do. And Szpilka is a guy that he's a hard guy to fight against, because even though he's limited, the limited things that he does very well, and he's able to